Joseph McCarthy, a name that still resonates with controversy and division, holds a unique place in American history. His rise to prominence and his role in shaping the political landscape during the mid-20th century remain subjects of intense debate. In this video, we will explore Joseph McCarthy's life, his infamous crusade against communism, the tactics he employed, the public's reaction to his actions, his eventual downfall, and the enduring legacy of McCarthyism. McCarthy's story is one that mirrors the anxieties and fears of the Cold War era, as well as the complexities of power and paranoia. His actions continue to provoke discussions about the boundaries of political extremism, loyalty, and the enduring impact of fear on American politics. Early life and background. To understand Joseph McCarthy's journey, it is essential to delve into his early life and background. Born on November 14, 1908, in Grand Chute, Wisconsin, McCarthy grew up in a modest family. His father was a farmer and his mother a devout Catholic. This upbringing instilled in him a strong work ethic and a sense of religious faith. After attending local schools, McCarthy graduated from Marquette University in 1935 and went on to earn a law degree from Marquette University Law School. His education and early legal career set the stage for his entry into politics. McCarthy served as a circuit judge in Wisconsin and later as a Marine Corps intelligence officer during World War I. These experiences provided him with a platform to launch his political career, which began with his election as a U.S. Senator from Wisconsin in 1946. McCarthyism and Red Scare. Joseph McCarthy's political rise coincided with a tumultuous period in American history. The late 1940s and early 1950s were marked by the Second Red Scare, a period of intense anti-communist sentiment fueled by fears of communist infiltration in American society. McCarthy seized upon this atmosphere to propel himself into the national spotlight. McCarthyism, a term coined to describe his tactics, involved making sweeping and often unsubstantiated allegations of communist sympathizers within the government, entertainment industry, and various other sectors of American society. He claimed that communists had infiltrated even the highest levels of government, leading to a pervasive fear of communist subversion. The impact of McCarthyism on American society was profound. It created an atmosphere of suspicion and paranoia, with many individuals fearing accusations of disloyalty or subversion. The entertainment industry was particularly affected, with the Hollywood blacklist leading to the blacklisting of alleged communist sympathizers in the film industry. Controversial tactics and strategies. McCarthy's tactics were characterized by their controversial nature. He used his position as a U.S. Senator to conduct hearings, often without substantial evidence, to accuse individuals of being communists or communist sympathizers. These hearings were public spectacles, broadcast on television, and widely covered by the media. One of the most infamous examples of McCarthy's tactics was the so-called List of 205. A list of names he claimed were communists working in the State Department. McCarthy presented this list without providing any concrete evidence to support his allegations, leading to public hysteria and damage to the reputations of many innocent individuals. The ethical considerations of McCarthy's tactics were widely debated. Critics argued that he was trampling on civil liberties, using accusations to further his own political career, and undermining the principles of due process and innocent until proven guilty. Public perception and support. The reactions to Joseph McCarthy's actions were as polarized as the country itself. He had staunch supporters who believed in his mission to root out communism from American institutions. Many Americans saw him as a crusader against a perceived communist threat and admired his tenacity in the face of opposition. On the other side of the spectrum were those who vehemently opposed McCarthy's methods and saw him as a demagogue who exploited the fears of the time for personal gain. These critics argued that his actions were undermining the very principles of democracy and freedom that the United States stood for. The polarization of public opinion regarding McCarthy's actions mirrored the deep divisions within American society during this period. The Second Red Scare had created an environment where ideological differences were magnified and loyalty was constantly questioned. Army McCarthy hearings. A significant turning point in Joseph McCarthy's career came with the Army McCarthy hearings in 1954. These hearings were held to investigate allegations that McCarthy and his chief counsel, Roy Cohn, had sought preferential treatment for a former aide, David Sheen, who had been drafted into the Army. The hearings were nationally televised, captivating the American public. During the hearings, McCarthy's aggressive and confrontational style clashed with the more composed and respectful demeanor of the Army's legal counsel, Joseph Welch. Welch famously asked McCarthy, "Have you no sense of decency, sir, at long last?" This moment marked a public turning point against McCarthy, and his support began to erode. The Army-McCarthy hearings also exposed the lack of substantial evidence for many of McCarthy's allegations, further damaging his credibility. In December 1954, the Senate voted to censure McCarthy, effectively ending his reign of influence. Personal demons and lesser-known aspects. Beyond his public persona as an anti-communist crusader, there were lesser-known aspects of Joseph McCarthy's life. He faced personal struggles, including issues with alcoholism, which may have contributed to his erratic behavior and confrontational style. McCarthy's health was also a concern, as he suffered from various ailments, including hepatitis and cirrhosis of the liver. Additionally, his interactions with colleagues and political opponents were often marked by hostility. McCarthy's confrontations with fellow senators, journalists, and anyone who challenged him became emblematic of his combative approach. These personal demons and interactions provide insights into the complex character of Joseph McCarthy and how they may have influenced his actions and decisions during this tumultuous period in American history. McCarthy's downfall. Joseph McCarthy's downfall was a result of several interconnected factors. His overreaching accusations, particularly the list of 205, strained his credibility. The televised Army-McCarthy hearings exposed the lack of evidence behind many of his claims and damaged his public image. Furthermore, McCarthy's clashes with other political figures, including President Dwight D. Eisenhower, contributed to his decline. Eisenhower, a respected military leader and president, did not hesitate to distance himself from McCarthy, and many in the Republican Party began to view McCarthy as a liability. In December 1954, the Senate voted to censure McCarthy by a wide margin, effectively condemning his actions and ending his influence. The censure marked the end of McCarthy's political career, and he spent the remaining years of his life in relative obscurity. Legacy and impact. Joseph McCarthy's legacy is a contentious one. The term McCarthyism has endured as a descriptor of the tactics he employed, referring to the use of unfounded accusations and fear-mongering for political purposes. McCarthyism has left a lasting impact on American politics and society, raising questions about the balance between national security and civil liberties. The Second Red Scare and McCarthyism also had significant implications for the entertainment industry. The Hollywood blacklist, which resulted from McCarthy's tactics, led to the blacklisting and professional ruin of many individuals in the film industry. The fear of being associated with communism had a chilling effect on free speech and artistic expression. Balanced perspective. As with any historical figure, Joseph McCarthy's actions invite a range of perspectives. Some argue that his efforts were a necessary response to perceived communist threats during the Cold War, while others view him as an abuser of power who exploited fear for personal and political gain. It is essential to consider the broader context of the time when evaluating McCarthy's legacy. The fear of communism was palpable, and the United States was engaged in a high-stakes global struggle with the Soviet Union. This climate of fear and suspicion influenced the actions of many individuals, including McCarthy. Conclusion. Joseph McCarthy's impact on American politics is a complex and contentious chapter in the nation's history. His rise to power, his aggressive tactics during the Second Red Scare, and his eventual downfall continue to be subjects of historical analysis and debate. The story of Joseph McCarthy serves as a cautionary tale about the intersection of politics, fear, and power. It prompts us to reflect on the enduring consequences of paranoia and the importance of upholding democratic values, civil liberties, and the principles of justice, even in times of grave uncertainty. As we examine the legacy of McCarthyism, we must consider the lessons it offers for the present day and the future. How do we strike the right balance between safeguarding national security and preserving individual rights? How do we prevent the exploitation of fear for political gain? These are questions that resonate through the annals of history and remain relevant in the ongoing dialogue about the nature of power and paranoia in American politics. So that's it for today. If you like this video, then please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching.